Yo. Alright, so last we left off, Okarun just beat the brakes off of Evil Eye, hitting him with those 5 sets of 20 and giving KJ a run for his money. Meanwhile, Momo, who is above ground right now, has just taken care of Earthworm Sally, beating her in 5, but her work is not done. The volcano is about to erupt and these Keto idiots think that it's her fault. But Momo is smart. She realized that the legend talking about the dragon rising to heaven wasn't about the dumbass snake, but the geyser. Back in the day, a geyser going up would be seen as a sign for a volcanic eruption. But over time, the legend got twisted up and people thought that the worm was the reason for all of this. Dumbass niggas. But Momo has a plan. This girl always moving like Sean Livingston at the mid-range. She just don't miss. While running away from the Ketos, she takes the dead worm over to the geyser. She's strong as hell, bro. She then fills it up, heads back, takes the other end of the worm, and then uses it like a hose. But there's still a lot of lava everywhere, and fires are starting all over the place. And these damn Ketos, bro. I hate this group, especially the niggas, bro. When it's time to touch minors, they want to go crazy. But when they have to save their village, now they want to start slacking off. They even went to jump Momo. But then Monkman pulled up on some crazy timing. Never seen a man kick at this angle before. Bro was out here doing handstands on YouTube when he could be doing stuff like this. I know those 1v1 in my subscriber videos will go hard on his channel. Apparently, Seiko is this guy's master. She could be my master any day of the week. He was doing these boys crazy. 1-2 on this guy. Leg sweep on glasses. Flip bro over into the nasty heel on the chin. Spin move. Smacked his ass. Then hit him with the hoodda. And then he just flipped this guy over. ISA continues to play firefighter, but that didn't last long at all because Evil Eye pulls up. You gotta have regen or something because there's no way Okarun gave him a 100-piece combo just for him to start moving like this again. They start going at it. Grandma barely gets saved by Momo. Evil Eye flash steps. Monkman kicks his shit in. Man, sit your bitch ass down. Had him spinning in the air while grabbing his head. Jesus. Momo clutching with the support though. When Evil Eye hit his direct shot, she told him to duck. Then he came in. Monkman clutched with the save. Grandma hit the Rob Lucy. Momo came back in, caught Evil Eye. The priest came in with the leg sweep. How do you get weed by a guy who can't move? Momo now has Evil Eye on a platter, but it's no good. This is the first time that I've seen someone break through Momo's powers like that. The poor priest got absolutely bodied here, blew his dang back out, and it's not looking good. Now ISA's powers aren't working. Is she cooked? But no way. Is that my boy Ippo? Y'all remember, this is the guy who Seiko gave a cow so he could save his son Chikichita. He pulled up with Taro and my glorious queen, Seiko. Her ass took a good 2 minutes getting down here, doing all that aura farming too. Like, yes, Seiko, we see the fit. Chikichita was singing the entire time too. He's so cute, bro. I love him.
Look at all the stars, fill the sky from end to end. You and me are the bestest of friends.
Seiko hopped down and immediately got to work. Ippo ran headfirst into the fray and almost got his head taken off, lower accurate. Then Seiko came in, missed the first 2, blocks Evil Eye. He tries getting sneaky, catching her back, but she told him to get that weak shit out of here. That evasive by Evil Eye was clean. Ippo came back in, got weaved, and kicked in the face. Bro was 0 for 2. Then he got gobsmacked, and now he's 0 for 3. Bro should have stayed home. Evil Eye blocks, flips over. Pause this frame right here. Okay, cool, moving on. Evil Eye dodges. Seiko hits a pump fake, but he reads that. They trade evasives. Seiko is supposed to be a grandma, but she for sure ain't moving like one. Conked this hit up right too. They trade evasives once again. Evil Eye dodges, and he tries going for the stomp. And I'm definitely blurring this out. I don't want no niggas nuts on my screen. Seiko uses that cigarette to block his vision. Sidesteps, gets back up. They do a quick 1-2. Taro finally comes in, and I thought he was about to do something crazy. But when he ran up, Evil Eye decimated him. But it was all a part of their plan. Using a talesman, YouTube boy is able to seal Evil Eye up. He was out here treating him like a special grade curse. But yeah, that's it. The Evil Eye has been sealed. Chikichita was helping out too. He was out here putting more work than the firefighters. But it's not over yet. Okarun is still down there and he needs help. And Momo did promise that she was gonna save him. But it looks like it's too late. When Isa gets over, it seems like the lava has filled up the entire underground. Damn, bruh, not my goat, not like this. He just started living life as well, bro. His poor non-existent parents are gonna be so upset when they find out that they had a son. Momo was genuinely about to go down there and try to find him herself. She really loyal, bro. Her powers aren't even working, and her first thought was to go down into molten lava and save him. But that goat, Chikichita, had to step in and help him out. Remember how these two idiots ended up getting stuck in that like sticky goop thing? that actually ended up saving them, which is hella ironic to me. I guess being clumsy does pay off. But Momo was so happy to see these two, Okarun, alive. Turbo Granny ungrateful ass didn't even say thank you. And Okarun trying to be nonchalant so bad, bro. Go give your girl a hug. But yeah, this was very sweet. And with that, the battle is finally over. Damn, bruh. Food cannot be that bussin'. Actually, never mind. That looks good as hell. Got me hungry just looking at it. The animators took one look at the manga for reference, and they knew they wasn't doing all that. Can't even blame them. Now, as for Evil Eye, he's still in control of Jiji, and try as they might, he's still here.
Go to sleep. No! Go to sleep. No! Go sleep, little pet. No! Go to sleep. Gone to sleep. Go get time. Nice!
So they'll have to figure out another way to get rid of him. On the plus side though, we got time for a little post-W dinner. Aira sitting here like she put in any work at all. Bro only shows up when the job's finished. Kinda funny though, because if she was there, she would have definitely put Evil Eye in a blender. Anyway, Ippo's sticking around because apparently you can't milk a cow on a liquid planet or something like that. TLDR, he's living here. Aira Soki's maternal instincts already kicking in. Low man's already her favorite. As for Jiji, he's in quite the predicament though. His spiritual power is so strong that if they separate him from Evil Eye, he's gonna end up with the Megami treatment. Brain dead. But then, after Taro takes a sip of hot soup, we see that Jiji is somehow back. Basically, the gist is, when Jiji is hit with cold water, Evil Eye takes over. But if he's hit with hot water, he can take his body back. Jesus Christ, Turbo Granny's fat as hell. Always eating something, jumping into the entire bowl, bro. Nobody's taking the food from you, bro. This gotta suck though. Imagine not being able to eat cold foods. No ice cream, no sandwiches. You gotta drink lukewarm water. Actual hell. That priest really think he's slick. Bro isn't listening to a word she's saying right now. He ain't even trying to hide it. He just lied me for real. Seiko apologizes for putting them all through this, but my glorious goat does not need to apologize for anything. She ended up whooping ass in the fight, so it cancels out whatever bad that she might have done. Besides, they have more pressing matters to worry about. Turbo Granny tells us that Evil Eye is basically one-on-one. The other yokai speak of him like he's the damn goat. Luckily for these guys, this Evil Eye is like a baby mentally, so they're somewhat able to control him. But over time, he's gonna get stronger, and when that happens, it's wraps for everyone. So Seiko says that they need to stick by Jiji at all times, carry around hot water, and make sure not to leave the city. So Ippo and his son leave, and do y'all know that this guy's real name is Peeny Weenie?
I go by flight, you call me FTC. Like,
I'm a grown man and you want me to call you FTC.
Bro is out here moving like Taylor Swift with this flight plan. They literally live next door. They could have walked. Whatever, man. The next day, these four head off so they can see Gigi's parents. And honest to God, I thought they were dead. Especially after that one scene, but luckily, they're still alive. Low-key surprised that Aira didn't come along with them. I mean, leaving Okarun in the back seat with Momo? Are you trying to lose this, buddy? She would have flipped out if she saw this next scene right here. Isa barely touched his hand, and this dude ran away. Had no problem receiving a hug the other day, but now he's tweaking. Momo was over here playing piano tiles on his hand, and he's all like,
if it's a game, I don't know the rules.
No idea what you're talking about.
Last week, he wouldn't have even fathomed being in this situation. Same for Isa too. We can't forget that lame ass boyfriend who was low-key moving like Chris Breezy on her. I'm happy for these two. But Jiji, this bro hadn't said a word this entire ride, but all of a sudden he wanna start third wheeling. Nigga hush. Seiko was definitely watching this the entire time too. Anyway, Jiji finally gets to see his parents again. Happy for him. But I gotta ask, bro, how? Dude's 6 foot something at the least, and his parents don't even get to his shoulders. Either his great uncle from his father's side was Sukuna, or their mailman must have been Diavolo. While they're at the hospital, we find out that while the volcano is gone, there are still fires going on here and there, but everything is basically good. And the Kitos finally got arrested. Praise the Lord. Put them thugs in jail where they belong. But that's not even the craziest part. The grandma is still out there. We see that she's over here tweaking and everything. But then we find out that she's a whole skinwalker. I knew these thugs weren't human, bro, but this is crazy. Now Momo got generational beef with aliens. Okarun would be geeked to see this. And speaking of which, the next day, we see Okarun and Isa as they're walking to school together. and I say this every single time, but this dude's posture is genuinely atrocious. I thought it was Turbo Granny's fault, but he might actually have scoliosis. I would say he needs to get a new bed, but we don't even know that he has a home or a place to live. That backstory gonna go crazy. We also see Momo's friends. I love these two. Muko damn near killed Okarun right here though, trying to throw him into traffic. They were asking all about the volcano and stuff, which makes me wonder, one of these two gonna tell them about like this whole spiritual thing? Between what happened that one episode and everything else, I low-key think that they're owed an explanation. And speaking of friends, we see that poor Aira has none. After defending Miss Momo Ayase and confessing to spreading those rumors, nobody's rocking with her no more. And I know losing thing 1 and thing 2 had to hurt. Y'all remember how they were moving, communicating with sign language and everything? And how they jumped Momo? That was her squad. Funny enough though, Momo and Okarun ended up coming in and hanging out with her in front of them. Okarun a different nigga now. He was hitting a mean stare down. He wouldn't have thought of doing this a week ago. Aira over here talking about some, if anyone sees me with you, it will destroy my popularity. What popularity? What are we talking about? The fact that she's able to freely walk in the halls without people harassing her should be celebrated. They must have blacklisted that footage like Wilt's 100-point game. Because if this happened in America, they would have transferred the next day. But Ayase ends up inviting her and Ken to her house so they can watch Jiji. And after trying unsuccessfully to be nonchalant, they just couldn't resist. And just in time, because Taro's barrier couldn't take it anymore. Everyone pulled up. Aira must have made a stop home because she did not have all this on last time we saw her.
He got that shit on though.
Jiji was so happy, bro. I can't blame him. After all he's gone through, it's nice to see that his demeanor hasn't changed at all. And besides, who wouldn't be happy after seeing all this food? And you know, everything was good. There was eating, having a good old time. Then Seiko asked this dude Ken to pass the soy sauce. I was like, okay. But then we see that all it took was one single drop, and this dude Evil Eye popped out, destroying the entire house. Damn! Evil Eye wasted no time going after that boy Okarun. Knocked this shit smooth off. They had to jump, bro. Feel bad for Jiji, low key. They beating his ass for something that wasn't his fault. To add insult to injury, the Evil Eye has gotten a whole lot stronger too. Safe to say, Okarun will need more than that 20-20-20 dropkick to beat him again. But luckily, the Hayashi have just arrived. These guys are exorcists that use like music to exorcise spirits. And yo, I wasn't expecting much since this entire scene was like 2 pages in the manga. I was looking like Aira over here. But these niggas were so tough. They had me fooled in the first half, messing up and everything. But when they locked in, they snapped. Dropped an entire song during the middle of an episode. I had to watch this in both sub and dub. It was so heat. They were going so hard that niggas were coming back from the dead just to hear them perform. But as they're finishing up, Jiji telepathically tells Momo not to kill the Evil Eye. He knows that all Evil Eye truly wants is to be free, to be able to play, and if they kill him, Evil Eye will never have that chance to truly enjoy life. Jiji's such a pure soul for real. Okarun too, because he even promised to get stronger so they could help him out. Personally, if a nigga did me like Evil Eye did to Okarun, I would have had him chilling with Jay Epstein and them other guys in a flash. They couldn't even have a good moment with this before Evil Eye popped out again due to the rain. They deadass won't have a house by the end of the week. And Okarun might not even have a body. But who cares about that when we got Seiko over here looking fine as hell. Now that I'm officially an adult, it has been due time for me to move up to the major leagues. The big leagues have been calling. We've outgrown the minors. let me stop. Between this and what we saw with the hair down earlier, I think it's safe to say that she is top 1 grandma of all anime. God knew not to spawn me in the dandadan verse, or else I would have been the grandpa who stepped up. Anywho, if they're gonna control the Evil Eye, everyone will need to work together. So Seiko and Ayase train Jiji on controlling his chi, and Okarun plays house, taking bro to the bathroom just to make sure that Evil Eye doesn't make an appearance. And Aira, Aira's just being Aira. Homegirl is not phased. I saw a Twitter post the other day of her doing her makeup routine, and that junk had 150,000 likes and 14 million views. Damn! Girls really got it hard. It takes me 5 minutes tops to get ready in the morning. You know, wash my face, brush my teeth, get my locks all fresh, and I'm good. But you gotta spread all that lotion stuff on her, face wash into the concealer, dress the eyebrows, fresh shit out the eyelids. Why am I commentating this like it's a fight? I say moving more like me. Feel bad for Jiji though. They had bro hippity hopping all over here and didn't say bye? Crazy. At school, Momo is over here stressing because overnight her house turned into the trenches. So now she has to do the unthinkable and get a job. Ooh, scary. Luckily, Momo's friends tell her about a girl named like Ririna who works at a restaurant, and they need more employees. If you don't remember her, that's okay. I forgot about her too. She was that one NPC from last season next to Evil Boo. I definitely remember her. And these two knew that they had an opportunity in their hands. So they invited Okarun to come see her. And by invited, I mean kidnapped. Cause bro thought he was getting taken out on an involuntary date. Every damn kid in this school got their phones out when this nigga's around. I know that school Snapchat is a walking goldmine. Hey, at least he passed the loyalty test. They had to drag him to the location and then some.
Getting tea sounds like a date!
If Momo took Jiji out for tea, would that be a date?
It would not.
But if he knew what he was in for, he would have been running to where they were taking him, not resisting. Because as it is, Momo's new job is at a maid cafe. Her ass applied half an hour ago and she was serving customers the same day. Talk about efficiency. This is the equivalent of your homeboys pulling up to McDonald's while you're working your shift and bringing your crush along with them. Not that I would know anything about working at McDonald's. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yo, I have never seen Momo so stressed in her life. She was red all over. And Okarun was straight tweaking too. He's looking around like he's in one of them horror movies. I can't believe this is that same NPC from before. She's actually really pretty. Momo's friends were rage baiting so hard too. They were having more fun than Okarun was. Funny enough, when they tried dragging him home, dude actually opted to stay. Miko and Muko are the two best wingmen in the entire show. You know how lucky Okarun is for Isa to have homegirls who actually rock with him? Shout out to them. Okarun a real gentleman though. When Momo told him that she was leaving at 10 p.m., this dude waited a whole 5 hours and came back to take her home.
James catches, puts up the three. Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
I liked how they changed the scene from the manga to show that Okarun really did want to hold her hand. Science already been cooking for real. Back at home, we see Jiji working on that chi control. He started doing this yesterday, by the way, and he can already suppress the evil eye. Seiko wasn't kidding when she called him a prodigy. I wonder what Aira thinks of him. Knowing her though, she probably isn't thinking at all. Okarun and Momo finally come home, and Jiji deadass has 2 brain cells, dude. Nigga hitting the Roblox happy face. But when Aira realized that Okarun was out with the Isa at this time of night, she couldn't believe it. She ran up there, but ended up running into Jiji, and yeah, they're low-key cooked. Now, I'm gonna be for real, what happens next here is not Aira's fault. Blame that weak-ass boba container. But to say that Evil Eye wasted no time would be an understatement. Bro propped the domain expansion before his fate even loaded in. That's crazy. And his first target today was Momo, and he's gotten way stronger. Seiko couldn't break through the barrier. Okarun was out here knocking on the door, but this is Momo Isa. She cool as a cucumber. First, she pushed bro away, and when that didn't work, she spit that hot water that we saw her sip earlier at his face. And look at the fear in Jiji's eyes. Imagine you're walking up to your friend, and the next time you blink, you're choking your crush. Nightmare scenario. Didn't even get a chance to apologize. Okarun hit him with that, "She good, my nigga," and shoved him away. I can't take this seriously, dude. I've seen this image so many times. This is really the first time he's realizing that his homeboy's in love with his crush. A terrible feeling for real, but he'll make it through somehow. Besides, Aira was looking at him like this 2 minutes ago. Both of them should cut their losses and get together. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna do today. Now, before you get mad at me for leaving the rest of the episode out, I promise to drop another dandadan video next week if you don't get angry. Besides, it'll give me more to talk about, so yeah. Big fights happening next week, so I'll see you then. Goodbye.